Shalom Aleichem Rabbi Yisai. We are moving along with this unbelievable limud, thanks to Hachzeik. Mishnah Vav, Yeshua ben Prachi ben Itar Beili Kiblu Mehem. Yeshua ben Prachi Oimer, Asei Lecha Rav, U'kanei Lecha Chaver, Ve'avidon Eskol Odom Lekav Zchus. Again, three things, three eights. Asei Lecha Rav, U'kanei Lecha Chaver, says the Rabbeinu Yoina. Asei Lecha Rav, all the Mefarshim, I think the Rashi and the Rambam also say the same thing. Let's see 1 second. Yeshua ben Prachi ben Itar Beili Kiblu Mehem, Miyosef ben Yezir Streidim, Miyosef ben Yochanan, Ish Yerushalayim. Good. Says Rabbeinu Yoina, Yeshua ben Prachi Oimer, Asei Lecha Rav, She'afilu ato yodea k'mo oisoi. Asei oisoi Rav olechem, mipnei she'adam zoicher ma she'limdoi Rabboi, yoiser mima she'lamadhu be'atzmoi. Pshat number 1. Make for yourself a Rebbe. Make for yourself a Rebbe, because a person remembers what he learns more from his Rebbe than what he himself understood on his own. It's interesting why that is true, but we'll take the Rabbeinu Yona's word for it. V'oid, it's a little bit hard how to read this, but v'oid ki pa'amim yavin adavar yoser mimenu. Well, of course, it's Yavin Davar Yezman. That's why he's the rabbi. But if we pay attention, both Rabbeinu Yoina and the rest of the Rishonim, the chidush here is not that you should have a Rebbe. Everybody should have a Rebbe. But what happens when your Rebbe Leilenu dies? I'll tell you a Maisa in a second. But so now what? Who's your Rebbe? The chidush of the Mishnah is Asei Lecha Rav. You should live a life of always Asei Lecha Rav. You have to make yourself a Rav. What does Rashi say? Elamin Rav min Shmua. Says the Rambam, Afil lo yaroi liyos l'chol Rav, aval sim oiser l'chol Rav. And the Rebbeinu is saying the same thing, kemat, just in different words. Even if you're greater than him, be'etzem, you're wiser than him, you're older than him, make him your Rebbe. Why? Because there could be a time, says the Rabbeinu Yoina, Yavin adavar yoser mimenu. He might understand an Indian better than you. You're older, you're smarter, you're wiser. He might understand a certain Indian better than you. V'nimtze melamdoi. And it comes out that he will teach you something. V'afil im shneim shavim b'chachma, or the way I'm learning, maybe not even shavim b'chachma. It's a davar pella for so many people, and fakert, the Chaim Berliners don't like this Maisa. They don't like this Maisa. But they don't. Okay, I take that back. They have nothing to say about this Maisa. It's a different Maisa that they don't like. But either way, it's Yedua. Ravolba made himself a Talmud of Rabbi Yitzchak Hutner Zechreinu Levracha. That part the Chaim Berliners don't like. It was a very short kufa, but he was mamish. The short kufa that he had with Rabbi Yitzchak Hutner, he was mamlechim as his Rebbe, at least in certain areas in Torah. And he writes this mefurish in the beginning of Alei Shur Chelik Beis. A lot of the Torah behind his derech in Alei Shur Chelik Beis comes from Rav Hutner. But Rav Hutner died shortly after they connected. And it's very interesting that in Chelik Aleph already, I think it's Chelik Aleph, I don't think in Chelik Beis he has any askamas, he didn't want to be matriach anybody. But he has it could be he writes it mefurish in Chelik Beis in the Agdama, I have to look again. But when Rav Yitzchak Hutner died, he made Rabbi Yonasan David his Rebbe. Rabbi Yonasan David Shlita, who's still alive today. He's in his 90s. Can I know? Ziknei Ador, from Ziknei Ador Mamish. Nobody knows about him. But he's a Gadol Ador Mamish. He's a Nodem Gadol Admoy. And Rav Olba, who was at the time maybe 20 years older than him, made Rabbi Yonasan David his Rebbe. It's a Pli Atzuma. He asked him for Askama on Ali Shur. He wrote him Askama on Ali Shur. People think that's hilarious. Rav Olba, Mashgiach Ador, yeah. It's kind of Mashgichim at the time. He's getting a Haskama from somebody 20 years younger than him. This is a mensch v'slept this this Mishnah, Seilach Harav. Even if he's younger than you, even if he's less wiser than you, or Rav beheld he was in Adam Gadol Moed. But that's what it means over here. Seilach Harav, Pshat is not you should have a Rebbe. People learn that mistake. They don't learn it correctly. If they want to learn it with the Rishonim, that's not the Pshat over here. Seilach Harav, Pshat is live that life of always having a Rebbe. As long as you're alive, you should have a Rebbe. Even if you're older than the Rebbe, even if you're smarter than the Rebbe, make for yourself a Rebbe for two reasons. Number one, you remember things that the Rebbe says more than things that you come up with on your own. And number two, says Rabbeinu Yoina, sometimes could be, even though you're on the same level or maybe even higher than him, it could be he'll understand an Inyan better than you. And he's going to teach you something. So the fact that he might teach you something is kedai to make him your Rebbe. That's the first shtickle over here. Knei lecha chaver. This is a little bit of an arichas, and we'll try to go through it. Knei lecha chaver. I have a lot to say on this Mishnah, but Pirush Motti sweet, not Pirush Rabbeinu Yoina. So we'll stick to the Pirush Rabbeinu Yoina, and we'll see where it takes us. Uknei lecha chaver. L'shloish dvarim tzarach adam el chaver toiv. I love this three thing. There's so many threes over here. Three is a very important number in Yiddishkeit. But again, I'm not going to be Myrach over there. That's not our Inyan. We're just throwing it out there. Pay attention. Shloish dvarim. Three reasons why a chaver is a good thing. Ha'echad. L'divrei Torah. K'ma she'omar chacham, arba Torah l'madatim rabbeisai, v'im chaver yosim rabbeisai, v'im talmida yosim mikulam. That's famous Maisa. Talmida yosim mikulam. So Knei lecha chaver. The chaver teaches you a lot of Torah. I think the other Rishonim bring oy chavrusa oy misusa. You need a chavrusa. You need a chaver. Yeah, chavrusa miloshen chaver. So if you steig in Torah, you have to have friends in Torah. My Rebbe always used to say every time he would tracht an Inyan, he would go around the Beis Medrash and feel it out with people. You need to feel it out with people. You need to have a chevra. You need to have a chabura. Same idea. It's all the same word. Chevra, chaver, chabura. It's all the same word. That's how you steig. Excuse me. Now, v'asheni la mitzvahs. You need a chaver toiv to help you steig in mitzvahs. Why? She'af b'she'ein chaver chassid mimenu. Even if your friend is not a bigger tzaddik than you, necessarily. Upe'omim shegam hu oise shaloi chados. He's even doing averes. Kshunen b'davar. Even when he has a gvisser hana from the avera that he's going to be doing, he's having a personal hana. He doesn't have hana that his friend will also make avera. Aval ein chfeitzer ritzon shechaveri yasena kein la'adno b'zeh. If I'm doing an avera, it's something that I want to do. Chman al-tzlan. I'm not interested that you do the same thing. It's not a political agenda, which is the sickness, the poison that's going on in the world today. People actually, then it's not enough that they're doing an Aveira. They need the whole world to buy into their idiocy and their ideology and their political agendas and all this kind of garbage. No, normal, a person does an Aveira, he has Anah from the Aveira, he doesn't care that the other guy doesn't do the Aveira. So Mela, the Chaver, he's not influenced be'etzem from that Zach per se. So what's going to happen? A person only does a chet for himself. If I see you, the person who's doing the Avera, sees you doing the Avera, I'm not going to give you a high five. I have no Anah from you having the Avera. I know that this is a bad thing. Classic example is smoking, right? I never smoked. I never got into smoking. But let's say a guy is a smoker. A parent is a smoker. It's a classic example. A parent smokes, right? Now for him, it's a hana. He's getting something out of it. He's enjoying it. If he sees his kid smoking, he'll give him a smack. You shouldn't smoke. He'll give him musser not to smoke. Rebbe, you smoke. Teretz says, I'm smoking because I have a hana in that. I have a hana in that. You don't have a hana in that. I know it's a davar aser. So if I see you doing something wrong, I'm going to give you musar. Now, if I'm going to give him Musar, same thing works backwards. He doesn't get hanal from me smoking. He thinks it's the worst thing in the world. He will give me Musar. And says Rabbeinu Yoina, Im kein nimtze, ki yachir chaver min averos. I'll tell you not to smoke, and the other guy's going to tell me not to smoke. Nimtzu, shneim choyzim b'tshuva, eventually. Kol echad al pi chaver. Each one of them, not because of their own steiging, like, I know smoking is bad for me. That's not going to change it. But when Yenim tells him, listen, you're killing yourself, and the other guy tells him, what are you doing? Don't start doing this, you're going to kill yourself. You do it, I do it. I fell into the pit. But I'm going to give you Musar, you're going to give me Musar, and at the end of the day, we'll be Chayzer B'tshuva. So that's why there's a Indian, they have a chaver for mitzvahs. Ashlishi le'inyan ha'etzah. And this we all know very well. L'maisa, a Rebbe is there for steiging, for ruchnias, shalom bayis if you want, whatever. When you need an eitzah, when you need, should I go into the deal, should I not go into the deal? When you need an eitzah, you schmooze it out with your friends. L'maisa, you schmooze it out with your friends. And you have your close friends, you have your not so close friends. You need that guy that's in the same world as you, understands you, same age bracket. He's just living your life, just from a different scope of view. You need that. You push it, need that. We all know how true this is. But there's a chiddush in the Mishnah, is that for this truism, it's kedai to, put yourself out there, even buy a friend. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to that in a second. I'll tell you something funny. But either way, le'inyan ha'etzah, sheikachenu le'liyos meir lazar b'chol inyonav. Lekachas mena eitz toiv liyos ben soidai achar yoyse ima b'bayis. V'lo yigan lachem levaya kiru machshavtoi. He's going to be your friend, and he's not going to squeal on you. He's not going to, rat you out to anybody. V'af lanirim elav goyim, even people that he thinks are your friends, he knows how to keep a secret. He knows people just look like your friends. They're not really, really. Ke'ein tzuras ha'ava nikeres b'fneim. Yeah. You need a friend that you can confide in. You need eitzes. You need eitzes from chaverim. Okay? So those are the three inyanim. Why you should have a chaver. Now the lashon of the Mishnah is that you should buy yourself a chaver. An actual buying. If you're not going to find it for free, you gotta spend money on it. To get a good friend. Talk to him nicely, compliment him. Okay, you gotta know people are different. People are gonna have another way of looking at things. People are gonna, tell you that you're being retarded sometimes, you're not doing the right thing. They might say things against your way. You have to learn to be soivel them. And it's a big zach, because at the end you're going to win out. Because if you're going to jump back at him or get into a fight, you're going to lose a friend. And a friend could theoretically cost you money. You don't want to do that. Don't answer back. Because you're going to rock the boat. It's not going to be such a close relationship anymore. The ava is going to be tampered. This is like, nature of human beings. This is not the nishkarech. If you're not going to be soivel him and let it pass, it's going to fall apart. The friendship will start to fade. Somebody who puts a pass on the pshia that somebody did to him, he is somebody who is being mevakesh ava. He's keeping on, holding on to the ava of the friendship. V'shoyne davar mafrid aluf. He separates his best friend. He wants ava. Ki alzit iskayim avosam kishiyus bel pshav. V'shoyne b'davar im chaver oimer davar connected v'choyzer oisav oimer re'u ma omar ployne ma diber mimeni. He's being mafrid aluf al kolpanim mafrid aluf mimenu. His best friend writes a loimer oyavoy. That's the end of the Mishnah. Stam is a knel chaver. I think nowadays, what does it mean to buy a friend? What does it mean to buy a friend? I think that today, mamish today, Tafshin Pei Gimel, whatever we're in, it's like I never knew pshat. I really never knew pshat, and I still don't know pshat. But I just want to say a joke, a melitza, like a little idea. What does it mean to knei l'chachava? Today we're living in the generation of campaigns, right? Torah Anytime just had a campaign. Everybody has campaigns. Yeah, you have campaigns. And I just realized, even though I'm not holding by it, because I push, sometimes I can't, but knei l'chachava pshat is yad lochetzet yad. One hand shakes the other one. You support my campaign, I'll support your campaign. How much you support your campaign? It's crazy. That's how you could buy friends. It's just a either way, it's just a davar milsa de b'dichusa. We'll see you again tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem. Kol tov.